Oh, is this that scene from the very beginning of First Soldier here? Please, pick up. Dog voice. Wide open. I'm gonna assume that's Glenn because, yeah, it's the intro sequence. Yeah, long time no see. Been busy, huh? Looking for a friend. How do you know that? Because I'm a hero. Yeah, it is it. Well then, that makes you an enemy. Whoa, you're asking for it. Is that your dog? Not trained very well, is... That's Refu. I didn't know he had a name. Of course he has a name. How are Lucia and Matt? They're good. We don't have much time, so listen. There's an air raid planned to take out the soldiers that defected. Guessing you weren't informed, but Heidegger received the order direct from the president himself. How do you know this? I have friends in high places. The base is gonna take a beating, but the south side of Fort Tamblin should be relatively safe. Spread the word. Why me? Because I can't. I'm counting on you, alright? I'm sorry about your necklace. Yeah, definitely a very convenient part of the plot when the necklace just so happened to appear there. But I get why they needed that for story purposes. To show that Glenn didn't really care about Sephiroth anymore and, you know, did an act of defiance by essentially destroying something that Sephiroth cared about there. Guess I'll just do Sephiroth here. Is what I'll do. Can't even play as this one, even though I'm looking at Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Ever Crisis Edition quest Remembrance of Joy and Pain is cleared. Damn you. Do the that. Do the this. If I'm gonna be flying solo. If I'm flying solo, there's a good chance that this is now where I lose. I don't know. They really want me to do Zack as the solo thing, but we'll see here. So who do you be playing as here otherwise then? In that case, if I did story party. There you are. Been tracking me, huh? You came into our home and... Stand down. No, I will avenge the deaths of my fallen brothers. So be it. I'm suddenly a younger Sephiroth with shorter hair. Alright. Sure, I'll let it auto here. Yeah, it is smart enough to frenzied stance. Nice. I was wondering if it would be. Okay, that's nice there. Yeah. This should be A-okay, I think. With a regen and a cure there, he should be pretty alright flying solo, right? I hope. Nice. Okay. Guess I'm able to keep on going. Fantastic news. So I am a little bit worried about whatever the final boss of Chapter 8 here will be. I'm slightly worried about that. What to say? Is it gonna sustain a little bit? Nope. But yeah, I guess if you're one slash away from victory anyway, maybe the AI recognized that. Damn. Well. Okay. Works for me, it's cleared, so. Hate breeds hate. It's a cycle that can't be broken. But it can. Right, Glenn? You don't have anything to prove. We all know how strong you are. So maybe you can show some compassion. I know you've got it in you. All it takes is a little compassion. It feels like so long ago. I'm surprised he even remembered the necklace. As much as I'm surprised that I'm following his lead. So he is gonna go relay the message? Maybe. Discarded Shinra troops. Mount Tamblin First Encampment. Toolbox sure stands out, doesn't it? When we're done here, I plan on proposing to my girl back home. Hey. Pretty casual if, you know, he's your super superior there, but there's going to be an attack on the base. Everyone needs to evacuate to the south. I'm sorry, sir, but only our commanding officer has the authority to issue an evacuation order. You'll die if you stay here. We'll talk to the captain. There's been a landslide down south. The path is completely blocked. I took a unit to go clear it, but there were monsters everywhere. We've taken heavy casualties. We need your help out there, please. Excuse for more battles. Is what it is. Lead the way. If there's anyone I can save, I will. Yeah, we're very much seeing a different side of Sephiroth with this prologue here. A true hero. Story has been completed. What do you mean story has been completed? Clearly not! What the hell are you talking about? Hero's spirit. Like, that was the first time it said story has been complete instead of, like, please wait for future updates. Does that mean this is the last one? Surely not. I mean, I guess I don't really know what else there'd be, so I don't know. Gotta be some sort of flashback to what the hell happened years ago. It's gonna be okay, guys. Soldiers here. Hey, it's the hero. Show us what you got. This battle has the ability to turn me younger. It's incredible for my skin complexion. Alright, let's see if the AI can do this on its own here. Surprised it didn't want to go into frenzied stance. But it's one-shotting without, so like, guess there's not really any need to. Dang. Works for me then. There's more over there. These guys gonna be a little bit meaner. Okay, yeah, he's still one-shotting, so you may as well go at it. Dang. It's searching for a large stone. Wow, it's even smart enough to, like, sustain a little bit before moving on to the next phase. Or Megalith Crush. What's it doing? Oh, now it's doing Frenzied Stance. So it can one-shot that at any time, but what's it choosing to do? It's getting... Oh, no, it can't one-shot at any time. It's tougher. So it knew that it could one-shot the side ones, but this was the tougher one to, like, take a bit more seriously with Frenzied Stance. Damn. It's gonna finish it off with the freaking Limit Break. I guess the AI just pops a Limit Break whenever it has it ready. Dang, I didn't switch my Limit Break to the other things. Look out! Incoming! Okay. Yeah, it's even doing the smaller Ruin when it knows that it can one-shot there. The AI knows things. Yeah, it switches to defense just to heal to get, like, better effectiveness out of it. Wild. Diving Splash. Outside of, like, the whole dealing with limit breaks and stuff, the AI might just play better than I ever could anyway. This is what might just be the case. Like, look at it. Look at it go here. It's, doing pretty well. Yeah, assuming Frenzied Stance, giving itself some regen and some magic damage up. Oh, I guess it has to keep on doing these because that thing doesn't take damage to Earth then. I guess is what's going on here. But yeah, I mean, it's working just fine. This guy just has, like, a whole lot of health, but... You know, ultimately, it's working okay. Though, the super attack the enemy's charging is a little concerning. Oh, that's a nice chunk of damage. Aqua Ball. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit concerned about what's about to happen here. Might have to switch my weapons. Oh my god, you might just win. Switch to defense before it came out. Please don't die. Oh my god, you actually didn't die. Oh my, okay. It's really quite close there. Come on, Sephiroth. Come on, Sephiroth AI, you got this. Yeah, it's getting its footing a little bit better here. Diving Splash. My god, that's a lot of damage. Should maybe just commit. Like, it's so dang close. Is it gonna? Should I take control? Oh, it did it. I was debating about taking control during the end there. Dang. No EXP, though. Why not? What? I thought even if you did, like, free party, you, still get EXP. I don't know. What's going on here? How many more are there? Can he handle them all? Are you alright? You really did it! That was impressive work! That's gotta be the big boss. Do you have eyes? Sephiroth. What the? Oh no! They just keep coming! Stay strong. You can save everyone. I'll fight with you. Me too. Yeah, me too. Ditto. Let's do this. Oh, it goes right into it. But Sand Splitter is gonna work on you, right? Oh? Unless this is just cutscene or something. Is this an adult Sephiroth here? Okay, yeah. Yeah, then gameplay-wise, it's this that I had chosen. Yeah, I might just let the AI keep on playing here. Uh-oh. Big yikes. Yeah, it's really good at the switching there. Behemoth Pawn. Uh-oh. It can't sustain fast enough. This might actually be where I lose then. This might just be it. This might be the point where I'd have to turn this game into my life because, my god. Oh, man. You sure have a whole lot of health, don't you? Cosmic Call. Force Gauge Comet. Once a force gauge has been displayed for a certain amount of time, or once the gauge is full, the enemy will initiate Cosmic Summoning. Shortly after, the enemy will unleash a powerful ability. Its potency based on the amount of force the amount the force gauge was filled when cosmic summoning was initiated. The force gauge fills over time and can be depleted by dealing damage to the enemy. It's doing that now. But like, yeah, no. Game over. Yeah, I have a hard time seeing that one happening. There's quite the spike there. Huh. So if I do story party, it's the adult Sephiroth. But I don't have adult Sephiroth unlocked. So what does that mean? Is it something like preset that's gonna be strong enough to tackle it? What does it mean? Guest. Okay, that is probably what that means. So I am probably good to see this through, right? So doing a free party probably makes it harder there. Yeah, I guessed adult Sephiroth. And I can't change anything. Well, I guess I never checked in the menu to check if I could change anything. But I presume that I can't change anything. So you've got to be strong enough to take it. Surely. Here, skip. So I probably can see this through. That was a little bit scary there. So he has Telluric Fury, Zanshin, Hell's Gate, Firaga Kuraga. Yeah. Guest Sephiroth can handle this. My favorite character is Guest Sephiroth. Yeah, he grew up a little bit to be able to take this. Very nice. But yeah, I was surprised that my young Sephiroth was able to defeat the sandworm boss there. It did some good work. But now it's time for the adult to take over. Well, seems like a good water break for me now. I guess maybe now I can ramble about stuff that went on today. So I got up today to my Oma's neighbor calling me and asking if I could help like clear the snow off her roof. She already had like one of those tools where it's like, you know, the kind of reverse shovel end. It's on a long pole, you go like that and you just pull the snow down. So I didn't have to get up on the roof, like I wasn't in any danger there. And, you know, if someone asks for my help, I'm usually like, oh yeah, of course, I'll help out and stuff. Like, she had offered to pay me as well. At the end there, she paid me 40 bucks for helping to shovel the snow and do the roof there. But I was like, oh yeah, I'll just, you know, I'll be by my Oma's place anyway, doing a little bit of shoveling. But I'm going to be mainly doing that tomorrow, because tomorrow it's supposed to be like -2. Today it was -22 before the wind chill, so who knows how cold it actually was. Damn. And, I was like, yeah, you know, I've cleared some snow off roofs before, like, it'll be okay. You know, my mom was kind of unimpressed on hearing that. My Oma was unimpressed as well. They were feeling like I was being taken advantage of. But, you know, I went over there and I helped out a little bit. I haven't dug out, like, my actual proper snow boots yet, so I just had, like, my regular shoes. So to get up on this ladder in the first place, I was going through snow that was probably, like, yay deep. No exaggeration, there wasn't that much snowfall, but because it was right next to the roof and there was already some that had come off the roof, that's what I was trudging through to get up onto the ladder. So, you know, way up my legs, I'm stepping into the snow. My shoes are filling with snow, especially as I'm, like, pulling snow off the roof. My shoes are starting to get, like, really wet. And to lean forward and be able to, like, reach far onto the roof, I don't have, like, any support around me. It's just the ladder in front of me. So, like, I'm leaning forward to, like, reach out and, like, grab as much snow from there as I can. So my knees were resting against the next highest ladder rung so I had something to lean against. And my knees are red now, the tops of them where I was leaning. They're a little bit sore after that. My toes and heels were getting so dang, like, cold, so frozen there because of all the snow that was getting in there and just melting and turning into, like, wet socks in -22°C weather. It, again, before wind chill. I went inside to thaw out once, just had my hands, like, clasped over my toes to try and thaw them out a little bit. And, you know, I did a decent bit of damage to the roof. There were some chunks that I couldn't quite reach with, you know, where the ladder was set up and stuff. You know, I could have moved it, but, you know, after pulling off all this snow, the ladder's in deeper and deeper snow, and it's harder to take out. And, my Oma's neighbor there, she had to head out. And, like, so she had paid me 40 bucks, and She was like, okay, if you could do like the path here, which was, you know, buried in a mound of like yay high snow because it's where all the snow had been pulled off the roof. So that was like probably the deepest snow that I've ever shoveled off a path in my life. My right wrist that has been undergoing a decent bit of issues. I didn't get like any major flare-ups, like no zings or anything like that. But I did get a lot of general achiness. It's feeling better now, but it was killing me earlier today there. And when she was heading out, and I was asking about like putting away the ladder there. Oh, okay, so that's just set to always put you at 1 HP, I guess. Octaslash. Pretty cool, man. She was like, oh, should we just leave the ladder out? That way when you come back after thawing out at your Oma's place there, you can do the rest of the roof. And I was like, you know, I think if you want the rest done like properly, I've done what I can. The best thing to do would be to get like a proper snow removal company, because there's people that do that you know, specifically get snow off of roofs. Maybe you're just scripted to never die, because it seems like you're eating hits while you're at 1 HP. Maybe that's what's going on here. I don't know. So that's why I told her. She had asked if I could do the snow off the path, and as she was heading out, she was telling me, and oh, and don't worry about like shoveling the snow in the dark. There's motion lights that'll come on, so if it gets dark, you'll still be able to see. I was just thinking in the back of my head, how long do you expect me to be working over here doing everything? You know, if she asked me to, like, I did it this time to, like, you know, do a nice thing. And, you know, I've helped her with different things before. She kind of implied that she might want help with the driveway, shoveling snow off of that as well. I didn't offer, and she did eventually say that she'd just do it tomorrow. My good gracious. Also, I might just volume mixer here really quickly. The game actually does look a decent bit loud. So I'm gonna turn it down a smidge more here. Maybe to like here, actually. You can see how much it's already turned down. I'll turn it up a little bit more for myself now, but just looking over at OBS, I want to make sure that I'm very clearly audible over it. Fact. Let's find a nice middle ground then, now that I've adjusted my volume. Do something like that. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I guess if you play actual Sephiroth, you just can't lose then. This is what's going on, and it's just more of a for fun battle. That makes more sense. But yeah, so my mom and my Oma weren't super impressed about hearing that. And yeah, I figure if she does ask again, I'm just gonna tell her, you know, you can do a proper company. I've got a lot of stuff going on. Like, sorry, I can't come by. Because that was a lot there. My knees are killing me to an extent. My wrist was killing me. My toes and my heels are still a decent bit numb. They're thawed out now. I was planning on doing some more things out and about today, but I just had to come home and, like, thaw out and hop in the hot tub there and get out of my shoes that were wet there. The one time that I took a break over at my Oma's place between, like, doing the roof and doing the buried walks over there. It's like my feet were generally thawed out, but really numb, but you know, it was feeling a whole lot better now that they were thawed out. The moment I step into those wet shoes and I'm walking around squish, squish, squish in the super cold weather. Yeah, really quite miserable there. My heels are especially killing me here. So, yeah, that's a one-off kind of thing there. Because, yeah, that's especially with the amount of snow on that roof, that's the kind of thing that a proper company should probably do in the first place. So, yeah, my mom and my Oma weren't super impressed about that. You know, I was like, okay, sure, I can do that. And, you know, it was a lot more than I thought that it would be. And then, you know, came home, hopped in the hot tub, had some soup, got really tired. Like, the cold ended up making me really sleepy. Passed out for a few hours, woke up, did this stream, and that's been my day today. So, you know, you can become a real hero.
何がしたいんだ。
僕がしたいことは本当に誰もいないなら殺してくれ。星の中でみんなと会いたい。
一緒に逃げよ
う。そっちの世界に僕の居場所はない。
居場所を作ればいい。俺もそうした。協力する。
もう頑張れない。
ローゼン頼む。あの人たちを助けると思って。あの人たちは優しくてきっとそのせいで死ぬ。さあやれ。もたもたしてるとみんな死ぬぞ。助けたいのは僕じゃないだろ。決めろ。生き延びてほしいのは誰だ。やめろ。セフィロス、やめろ。
I presume that's the end? Complete. It could have actually completed instead of cleared the other ones. Story has been completed. Yeah, that's it. Oh? What? Does this bleed into episode 2 or something?
この土地には正体不明の不気味な力がある。その正体を突き止めるまでは調査が終わったとは言えない。
たとえ相手が誰であれ、それがお前を動揺させるなら。
There's no subtitles on this. I have no idea what the hell they're saying.
決着をつけろ。
That's the trailer for episode 2. Yeah, this is a trailer for episode 2. Okay, well, new items up and add to the shop. Limited time. Of course, there's limited time there. Well, that was Final Fantasy VII. Oh my god. Screw off. Oh my god. I got a lot of these pop-ups after going through a bunch of Final Fantasy VII and Ever Crisis in this too. And Crisis Core, sorry. Oh my god, so much Crisis stuff. My goodness gracious. Story has been completed. Yeah, so it shows a clear on it. I assume it would show a complete on it if I did it all with like story party and stuff. Well, that was Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. Not to be confused with Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier, the the Battle Royale game they briefly had on mobile devices that they apparently used like the exact same title and logo and everything from when they decided, oh, we kind of want that title for this. We're going to use the exact same thing, use this exact same thing, even though the thing that's representing is kind of completely different. So, yeah, that was interesting there. I guess kind of mini review of that story. You would be like, you know, I enjoyed that. It felt a whole lot of felt like there was a whole lot of nothing going on a lot of the time, just because the game had to be like, let's have this like brief 20-second conversation and then a battle, and then here's another 20-second conversation. Now another set of monsters appeared. Now this like 1-minute conversation and now monsters appear, you know. So it felt like it was a little bit difficult to take seriously at times when conversations are constantly being interrupted by battle. But I get why they did it for like the little bite-sized snippets of story here where you know, you're playing on your phone and just need a little snippet because you have a few minutes to put in. So you boot up Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis on your phone and you get like another bite-sized portion with like the battles that keep you going. So I get why they did it. It has to do with the fact that it's a freemium gacha game that you play on your phone. So I get why, but you know, I did take away a little bit of my ability to enjoy this story. But I thought it was kind of interesting there. At first, when I heard that it was a Sephiroth prequel story and it took a while before Sephiroth appeared, I was like, okay, is this gonna be all that engaging if Sephiroth just appears later? But it made sense for like the context of getting to know that party before Sephiroth, what they're like after Sephiroth, that Sephiroth not having any direct connection to Rosen and his kind of decision at the end there. You know, I thought it was interesting. Definitely not a long story like Final Fantasy VII or Ever Crisis, or even as long as something like Dirge of Cerberus. Just, you know, the saga of one expedition thing that Shinra had done. But one that does, you know, one that I did actually find interesting. You know, I thought that was interesting. I don't know what's going on with the whole universe thing at the end with Sephiroth there. Like, does that have to do with Remake or Rebirth or whatever the final of the remake games are going to be? Does that tie into that or something? You know, I'm honestly kind of surprised that I managed to get to the point where I've even cleared it. Considering a freemium gacha game, I was like, it's going to hit me with something where this is just insurmountable unless I turn this game into my life and I'm not doing the whole thing. The question is, would it be the same for episode 2 here? And considering I could have started episode 2 at any point, is it like these where it kind of goes back to level 1 in terms of difficulty in the beginning, or at least low-ish levels? Or is it going to assume that I've already beaten this and builds levels off of it? Is what I'm wondering here. I don't know. But I guess we'll hop into Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier Episode 2 and see how far I can get. Maybe I can do a full playthrough of this after all, who knows?